everybody, this is Skeet.
I am Mush and Mikey.
Rock and Roll Roundtable.
Absolutely presented by Moshman Media.
This week, top 50 best-selling metal albums of all time.
Yes, metal. Yeah, it's kind of classic metal, but the reason I guess it's going to have to be classic metal is because I thought it was interesting that they put out this list and said this doesn't count streams. So I'm like, streams has been a big deal for at least 10 years, probably 20. I mean, with all the services we've had with iTunes and Spotify and YouTube, all this stuff that people just kind of release stream and they get millions of streams, billions of streams. But it doesn't really resonate with counting physical copies, which I'm a physical copy kind of guy. So are you. I'm leaning more towards streaming now, though. I'll be honest. You know how hard it is to find a really good CD player anymore?
Well, it's convenience. That's the only fucking best part of it is convenience. If I want to find something, I punch it in and pull it up. There it fucking is.
Yeah,
so I get it.
Unfortunately for the bands out there, and I'll apologize to you, because when I go to the shows, I always try to do a little extra with the merch because I feel bad that I don't always buy their album,
Yeah.
Because I'll go to, how can you pass up? You pay a certain amount of money, which is not really a bunch, and you can download whatever the fuck you want. Because if they put it on that service, it's there to download, and I'll have it forever. Dirt cheap. It sucks, but it's convenient for the consumer, but it kind of sucks for the band. But they have to make more of their money doing the merch and the shows. I mean, everybody kind of knows what they're getting into. You know what I'm saying? So I won't spiel on that, but I did think it was interesting. So I got the list of the top 50 here, and we'll start at 50 and go up. And you kind of chime in to say, hey, I would have never thought that, or that's that low. It's kind of one of those things. And you'll see how it dates itself, because you can kind of tell when streaming kicks in. If you go, I barely looked at the list, so it's going to mostly be organic for me, just when I put them down. So we'll start out with number 50. Number 50 is Rammstein. Yeah, of all time. I didn't think, we got to think we're just America. This is best selling. It could be everywhere.
Yeah.
So then it didn't say whether or not.
Now this is all for physical albums.
No streaming.
Vinyl, CD, cassette, all the physical media.
8 tracks probably in this. I think 8 tracks are included because some of them go way back, I'm sure.
Okay.
But this Rammstein was 2004. Now this is kind of what I'm shooting at here. And physical copies was a little over 4 million. But it was Sessuch. It's German. Give me a break.
Okay.
That out. Okay. So 49 is a band I really like, Faith No More, back when they did that. And the album was The Real Thing. That's the album, one of the albums I used to own physically myself.
Okay.
And it was 1989-ish.
Okay.
And it says 1980/90, so I don't know what that means. And it had a little over 4 million. Tool is number 48.
Okay.
I'm not a big Tool fan per se. But this album, I've probably heard it. Latterus. I don't know. It's 2001.
That's the one after Anima.
Okay. But that sold well. It's a number 48 on the list. 47. This is a little more of our style. 47 is Pantera. Not my favorite band in the world, but it's not one I hate either. Vulgar Display of Power.
Wow.
It's like, okay. I thought maybe that far down. I thought, let's see if they got any more on here, because I truly don't know. Number 46, Hellbilly by Rob Zombie.
Okay.
So again, you're looking at 1998 for that one.
God damn.
So yeah, it's still 46 million or so. 44,600,000. Number 45 is Antichrist Superstar by Marilyn Manson.
Yep.
That one I thought might have been a touch lower. I didn't know he was. I mean, I knew he was popular, but I just didn't know if it hit top 50. But it did. Yeah, definitely. 44 is a surprise to me. It's Evanescence, and the album is The Open Door. It's 2006. I don't even remember that album. I don't. And I like Evanescence. So it's like, okay. I thought they only had one album. I really did. I thought it was a few years back. We'll see if it's on there. They might have another one on there. I don't know. Number 43 is Tool again. This is the Undertow album.
Okay.
From 1993. That's probably, I would say that's Sober Time.
Yep.
That's probably on there. Maybe like Prison Sex or whatever the hell other songs they had. They had some funky stuff. Number 42, Ozzy Osbourne. We finally got him on first one on the list. Bark at the Moon. Back in 1983.
Wow.
42 is on the list. 41 is another Ozzy, but not really. It's Black Sabbath. Masters of Reality from 1971.
Okay.
Is number 40. And this was a shocker that I just seen when I pulled the page up. Kind of a shocker. I didn't think this was that widely acceptable. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
Maiden.
Now, why I owned that. I owned it myself, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But almost 5 million, 4.8 million copies. Yeah, in 1998 or 88. Sorry, 88. Next one is another Iron Maiden. Number 39 is Killers from 81.
Yeah.
That surprises me. I didn't think Killers was ever that mainstream, widely accepted.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I
think it was.
Maybe. Plus, it's if these are international numbers.
What was the sales on Killers?
Killers, 4.9 million.
Okay.
Which in 1981 too, so it's had a longer shelf life. People could be buying the vinyl now.
Okay. When did the list come out? And is that current sales?
Yeah, this is current everything, but I don't know when this actually came out in 2025.
Okay, so it's not that old. It's pretty, and it's That's current. That's sales to 2025.
Yeah, it's the sales forever, but it was coming. Okay. This was the list current as of 2025.
Okay.
Chartbusters, if you want to look it up, Chartbusters is the name of this play. We go to 38. It's the Satellite album from 2001 by one of my favorite. I really like POD, and that was chock full of good hit. I could see that one being a really good seller. I didn't know it would sold, 4.9 million. The same, Iron Maiden kind of number. I didn't think that. I really didn't. Okay, we go 37. If I can get my C here. 37 is the first Black Sabbath album. Black Sabbath.
Wow.
That has a little over 4. And these are pretty close, a lot of these. 4.9 million again. It's like 4.9 million's kind of a thing here. Number 36 is the debut album from Slipknot.
Wow.
So yeah, you're talking 99. It's a 5.1 million copies. Metallica comes in at 35. Okay? This one's going to surprise some people, and I think it's fantastic, but it's Saint Anger. Oh. Saint Anger comes in at 35 with 5.2 million copies sold.
Wow.
As much hate and people say they didn't like that and it stuck. It sold 5.2 million copies, physical copies.
Yeah.
It's like, my God, man, that one shocks me. That does.
Okay.
34, Iron Maiden. Again, they're really killing these charts here. Somewhere in Time.
Oh,
Somewhere in Time.
nice. Nice.
5.3 million copies sold worldwide. Here's what I don't get this, man. I really don't understand this. 33 is another Tool. I mean, come on, man.
Anima.
And it's Enema, yeah. It is Enema.
Yep.
5.45 million copies.
Wow.
Number 32 is Papa Roach with the Infest album in
Really?
2000. Yes. Papa Roach got a little more popularity than I even gave him credit for, apparently.
Holy
There's 5.5
shit.
million copies on this one. That sold really well. Number 31, we get into some Megadeth. We get the Megadeth on the board with Countdown to Extinction, which was 1992, 5.52 million copies.
Wow.
Here comes another one that I don't get this one either. Number 30, Death Magnetic from Metallica. Man, it's like Metallica running. It's like even their bad albums sold fucking well. Saint Anger I liked, but most people didn't.
Yeah,
I did not care for Death Magnetic that much. But here it is sitting at number 30 on the list. Now, thankfully, thank God, one of my bands, Queensryche, makes the top 30. Number 29 with Empire. Empire was huge, man. I remember Empire coming out in 90. 5.6 million copies, physical copies. 28, you'll never guess. Try to guess what band it is. It's Iron Maiden.
Nice.
It's Iron Maiden. Power Slave this time.
Oh, good.
And 5.6 million copies of that. 27, Rage Against the Machine. The Battle of Los Angeles from 99, 5.61 million copies. 26 is another Ozzy Osbourne. So they're kind of certain bands dominating the charts here. This was the Diary of a Madman album, which is very fucking good. Very good. Yeah. 5.7 million. Go up to The Sickness by Disturbed. Sits at 25 on the list. 2000. 6.2 million copies.
Wow.
24 is Issues album, which I didn't care that much for, by Korn. I liked a lot of Korn albums. I didn't care for this one a whole bunch. But yeah, it's 24th on top 50. That's hard to believe. And then you're going to, now that I'm looking at a fucking shit ton of repetition on this thing, it's like, did nobody else make a big hit splash with albums and shit? I don't get this. 23 is another Rage Against the Machine album. It was Evil Empire, which I did own. I did own. You know, and it's like, it sold really well. 1996. Another Ozzy Osbourne album sits at 22 with No More Tears. 21 is yet another freaking Metallica album. This was not even their shit. This is Garage Incorporated.
What?
So you can tell how Metallica dominates the market, man. So it's them, Ozzy, Tool so far. And Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden, yeah, is worldwide, yeah, sure. Surprise. Go to number 20. It's another Iron Maiden, as I just bring it up. My favorite Iron Maiden album, though, is Peace of Mind.
Okay.
I can live with that. Number 10, or 19, I should say, is one. It's a newbie. It's a newbie. 9 Inch Nails. Now, I'm not a big 9 Inch Nails guy, but the Downward Spiral, yeah, it had a lot of shit. It had a lot of hits. So I get that. Number 18 is another freaking Ozzy Osbourne release. It's the Blizzard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
7.3 million copies sold. Number 17 is another Iron Maiden. This Iron Maiden got the market on physical copies, man. Number of the Beast. Number of the Beast sold 8.3 million copies.
Damn.
Another Korn album is next, and I didn't like this one either. Follow the Leader. I don't know why Korn sold so well. I didn't know they were this popular. But yeah, they had that album, 16. 15 is, I know you don't like these guys. I like this album. I do like this album. Toxicity from System of a Down.
System of a Down. There you go.
I do like that album. Almost 9 million on that one.
Damn.
Another Metallica, believe it or not, sits at 14. Kill 'Em All. The debut sits at 14th overall.
Wow.
13, you'll never guess who's number 13. It's Metallica.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, oh, a newbie. Reload. That's a piece of shit.
Reload?
Reload. God. Outsold Kill 'Em All. Oh, no. They shouldn't even outsold Saint Anger. Black Sabbath. The Paranoid album, which you hear a lot of people talk about. So it made the number 12 spot. That's understandable there. That one I can get. Okay, but I haven't seen any Led Zeppelins. I haven't seen any. Maybe they don't consider Led Zeppelin metal.
Metal. It's metal.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe I overlooked it as a metal thing and seen that. I don't consider Rage Against the Machine metal, though. And they're sitting at number 11. They're at number 11 with their debut album from 92. 11.2 million fucking copies. I don't even know what to say to that. So we're getting into the top 10. Okay. And I have not looked at the top 10 at all. Okay. I said, nope, I'm not even looking at it. I've seen it. See what surprises we have here. Number 10 is a surprise. Limp Bizkit. Significant Other. Not even hot dog flavored water or the $2 bill, y'all, on that. It's like, what the fuck is happening here? I don't understand. That album sold 11.2 million copies. Wow, crazy. Number 9, I'm just about ready to give up on this whole fucking topic. Number 9 sucks. It's bullshit. It's Load. Metallica's Load album. A load of shit. Is number 9 overall? Give me a break. Here, there's something wrong here, man. Number 8 is again Limp Bizkit with Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Which I know that album was popular. I didn't think it was 11.8 million copies popular. Holy fuck. I'm just going to go through this one. 7, Metallica. Fuck, you knew it was coming. Ride the Lightning, number 7. I'm sure there's another one on. There better be a couple more because that's one of their better albums. I like Ride the Lightning. Okay, number 6 is a newbie. Linkin Park. Meteora? I didn't think that album did that good. It apparently it did 14.5 million.
God damn.
God, that's 2003. Number 5 is our good friends and overbearingly pesky motherfuckers on this list. Metallica. Master of Puppets, 14.6 million.
Woo! Damn.
Number 4 is Metallica. And Justice for All.
Oh my God.
There at 16.3 million.
Wow.
From 1988. Now here's going to blow my mind. This one blows my mind. Just look down it absolutely kills me. Number 3 is Evanescence again. With the debut, Fallen. The Wake Me Up. Wake Me Up, and that sold 16.7 million copies. It's no wonder she don't have to work. She can just do no albums for 20 years and still sell out stadium. Yeah, no wonder.
Yeah.
Number 2 is a shocker a little bit. Not really, but it's Hybrid Theory, the big Linkin Park album.
Yeah.
From 2000. 22 million copies of Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory. 3 of them I bought. I had to buy one for the 2 oldest kids, and then I bought one for myself. So I contributed to that.
Yeah.
Number 1, take a wild guess. Just take a wild guess who it is.
Metallica?
Okay, you're on it. What album is it? You know this. You know it.
Is it Master?
No, I already said Master.
Oh, okay. I missed that. There were so many Metallicas.
Yeah.
The Black Album.
You're correct. Ding, ding, ding. Fucking 32.3 million copy.
Wow.
Number 1 on the list.
Wow.
So when you go old school only, it's like, dude, you think about it. Anything past 2004 didn't have a shot. Because I see there was like one album on here past 2004. You see, you imagine what all the stuff the streaming has accomplished. Because Metallica, why they are probably one of the highest ranked selling band of all time. Do you think all these other ones are as high? I mean, Evanescence, Linkin Park, are they still in the top fold?
Now we're to the discussion part of this.
Right.
Okay, so how many new metal bands are on that list?
4. What do you got? Linkin Park, Korn, Slipknot. I guess System of a Down would be on there. Papa Roach. There is more. Papa Roach.
Okay.
So yeah, probably a handful, half a dozen.
Okay, so you've got new metal bands that were hitting rap. I mean, Limp Bizkit is a perfect example. So they're basically crossover. So Metallica and Ozzy and Black Sabbath are all going to hit the metal.
Iron Maiden, yeah.
Metal. You're all going to hit the metal. But what fucking people who like rap are going to buy Iron Maiden? They're not. You've got the crossover.
With a few of them, yeah. Rage Against the Machine's another one that would make that.
Yeah,
argument.
I mean, I don't consider Rage Against the Machine fucking metal.
I don't either.
They're not metal. They're more alternative. They're more alternative.
But they're probably classified as new metal. I would say because new metal not all heavy because Papa Roach and those guys were considered high. Even Linkin Park, they're not really metal either, but they were classified as new metal instead of alternative, which maybe they should be.
There you go.
So yeah.
So you've got more fans on either side of the fence that were buying these albums because it was that mixture of that rap feel, or you know what I'm saying?
Oh so yeah, absolutely.
You got that when we think of metal bands as fucking Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Metallica.
I can't believe no Judas Priest. No Judas Priest on there. As long as they've been around, it's like I would have thought British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, one of those would have cracked.
Okay.
The top 50.
So I would like to know why they considered that and they didn't do any of the other albums by some of the bands that was considered metal early 80s, but technically isn't metal.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they did. Maybe Judas Priest albums didn't sell as much as we thought they did. Maybe we were locked in because we were metalheads. So when Judas Priest came out, we were all about it. But other people were like, I ain't buying that.
There's no fucking Slayer. There's no Anthrax.
Nope.
There's no Metal Church. There's none of that broke that list.
Yeah. And to be honest, I wondered if they consider, I would have to go back and look at this Chartbusters.
Yeah.
And see if they classified more shit down. Like thrash. If you call something thrash, you call something speed metal, you call something hardcore. and they just kind of left this as like very basic classic rock. But Judas Priest would fit with Iron Maiden. It fits with Black Sabbath. So it's like that was the hardest one for me. That there wasn't an album that Judas Priest put out that didn't hit 4 million copies. A little over. Maybe it did. But man, you would have thought so.
Well,
You really would have thought
would
so.
have been? What do you think would have sold the most fucking albums from Judas Priest? Think of the time. Huh?
Yeah, in the early '80s. Yeah, Screaming for Vengeance for sure. I thought would have been a high seller.
Screaming, Defenders, or Turbo?
Defenders. Yeah, Defenders has to. I mean, Defenders gets all the time talked about being the best album. I mean, not just by me, but other people. They say, "Oh, that's the best Judas Priest." You would have thought that was on the list. I mean, I really would.
Well,
it's just. I mean, a list is a list. I get it, but they made it sound like these were strictly numbers from physical copies.
I understand.
And in the '80s, I would have thought nobody above 2000 would have got in at all because of the streaming services kind of. But that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You see about 2004, nobody, and you didn't tell me some of these bands that hit after 2004 didn't hit 4 million copies. We know they did, but they did it digitally, which is not listed on old school. So this was different in two ways. It might not seem it doesn't seem legit.
Hold on. I just happened to pull it up on Google. Turbo sold 1 million copies in the United States.
Wow.
Earning platinum certification on July 24th, 89. Worldwide, sales are estimated to be over 4 million.
Yeah, so it could be up to 4 million, but and then 4.6 was number 50. So around that area. So yeah, they would have been maybe touch it, but did Turbo sell better than the rest?
I picked Turbo because of when they released it, it was right there when all the hair bands were exploding and they changed their look up and they had a little bit more commercial with Parental Guidance and some of the other songs on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They kind of changed a little bit.
Right. But I think to be honest, I looking back, I remember when platinum used to be a big deal too. So I'm kind of not trying to slight these people for that. No.
Basically, it says the global total across all regions, the album has moved 4 million copies, making it the band's third top-selling album overall. Turbo.
Okay,
was their third best-selling.
So I'd say the other two sold better.
So I mean,
it's like this list. I don't know. It could be just American too, but it didn't say that to where I read it. I didn't see anything that said it was in the United States, but it might be because that would explain a lot of why Judas Priest ain't there. But it wouldn't, to me, it really wouldn't explain why so many Iron Maidens there. I didn't know Iron Maiden was that. I thought they were more of a universal.
You also got to remember how big fucking Iron Maiden is in South America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if it's only American numbers on this thing.
They're huge in South America. They are fucking huge in South America. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
I just maybe this misunderstood what the thing was because I didn't expect that list to be very. I thought there'd be like 20 bands on, 30 bands on.
Okay, hold on. Defenders of the Faith sold over 800,000 copies worldwide.
What? That's it? Wow.
I think I
think I got so desensitized with all these streaming numbers like, millions and billions of streams, that I forgot how hard it was to have a platinum album.
Yes.
I mean, it was tough to have a platinum album. So, yeah, maybe it is legit. It's like, okay. Yeah, I just didn't think Evanescence and Linkin Park, it must have really hit the right
Okay,
time.
hold on.
Jeez.
Hold on though. Screaming for Vengeance sold 5 million copies worldwide.
Okay.
2 times platinum in the United States. So they did 2 million in the States of Screaming for Vengeance.
Right. But that should have put them on the list if they had 5 million. So maybe, like I said, maybe it's North American numbers. It could be Canada and the United States, Mexico, and not South America, Central America. I don't know. I guess you'd have to look on that websites and check it. I just thought it was interesting that, and they said it was physical copies. That's what I was going.
Well, I'm also going by what I looked up on Google. It's the AI. The AI pops up the shit.
Yeah, they could be counting streams. They could be counting digital downloads too. They
5 million. I mean, 5 million units. 5 million units.
Physical copies.
That's what a unit is.
Not
5 million units. That's not streaming.
A unit now is you can have a digital download counts as units. That's how these people do it now. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, they didn't have the streaming. The streaming's probably Metallica's Black Album is probably in the 100 million by now. I bet. I bet they have 100 million total. 32 million physical.
So, I mean, a band that we consider fucking right up there with fucking Sabbath, Priest, didn't even make this fucking list.
Well, it goes to show some of the lack of respect for Judas Priest, to be honest, because Judas Priest ain't even in the Hall of Fame yet. And there's other. I couldn't believe when I heard Boston. I thought for sure Boston's in the Hall of Fame.
Mike,
they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We're not going to go into that because you know how I feel about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I think the whole
bullshit.
It's disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. Somebody needs to go out and start a rock. Just not call it rock and roll. Just call it a metal Hall of Fame or hard rock and metal fame, something else.
I think there's one out there, but it's just. I'm sorry. That is bullshit. As far as streaming goes, it's so convenient for people to fucking. You know what I'm saying?
The world goes on, man. It's like you can't just ignore progress because a musician might get fucked in it. Because we went through this with Napster, but now these people they're compensated, not good, not well. But they do get money for their people when download their stuff, stream it, and all that. But so they're just not making that much.
I will say there has been manipulation of the fucking streaming system by bots.
Of course.
So you've got people that are getting exaggerated fucking numbers because they're running bot farms to raise it up because what they get is such a small portion of the stream that they're trying to fucking scam.
They just arrested a dude for that.
That's what I'm saying.
He did an AI music project and then made a bunch of bots to listen to it 24/7.
Yes.
To get him counts. Yeah. And it's sad that we're getting there, but it's no different than using effects in the studio or auto-tune at this point. Because whatever you should sound like live how you sound on an album. That's just the way it is.
Well, but that's our opinion. That is our opinion.
That's what I'm saying. Though it's like, is AI really that much more of a stretch for some people? It's not for some people. It's just whatever music I listen to, I like it. If I want to go see it live, yeah, I don't want to see somebody put a laptop on there and walk away. But if I'm listening to music just purely to like whatever I'm listening to, I don't care if it's AI at this point because everybody else is adjusting their shit somewhere or another. You see people that take 25, 30 takes in the studio and they still add a bunch of effects. They do this, they do that. They manipulate the vocals. They change the pitch. They change the, it's one of the, we'll have to get into that at another time. But as far as top 50 for all time physical copy metal albums, I was disappointed in that list. Metallica, I get them. I get that they deserve it. The ones they had in the top 10, I'm okay with. Really.
Well,
I'm okay with the Black Album. I'm okay with Masters and Ride the Lightning. I thought Load was a load of shit. Reload was worse. I did not like Death Magnetic that much. And I definitely did, I don't know. Garage Day, okay. Garage Incorporated, okay. Because there was some cool covers on it. But Saint Anger, I thought people hated Saint Anger. That just goes to show they didn't hate it that much. Or they bought it and they had remorse afterwards. I don't know. It's one of the two. But it's like you can't fault Metallica, but they're just Iron Maiden. Every one of those albums that I listed, fantastic. So I don't have, And the other ones, I really can't argue. I can't argue against any of them.
It's the fucking what parameters did they go by to classify it as metal? There's no hair bands in any of that.
Nope.
None.
Yeah, so it's like, but then again, I take for granted, maybe you are too, how hard it was to sell 1 million copies. Even though we thought Poison was huge, I thought Turbo would have sold more than, or Defenders of the Faith would have sold more than 800,000. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So maybe we got to look back in the Wayback Machine and thought, man, platinum used to be a big deal. When somebody would hit a platinum album, it was like, oh my God, they're so huge. Well, it's a progression. You saw Evanescence and Linkin Park getting 16 million,
At least what they're counting as units is a measurement that you don't have to worry about inflation. So if you just went by sales, how much you take an early 60s, 70s, 80s fucking band that made 5 million. Just say they made $5 million off of an album.
Yeah.
And then you go by the cost of living now and the cost of doing an album and add that all up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like movies in the fucking 80s that came out, and you look at their sales, they go by a dollar amount that they made.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have to adjust it for modern times because of inflation and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, so and it's the same with movies. It's the same as movies, streaming. Hell, a lot of people don't even take a movie to the theater now. They just release it on a streaming service. Streaming service pays them to do it, and then that's how they do it.
So at least with that list that you had, they were counting units.
Yeah.
And how many was sold. So at least it's a better gauge of, okay, it kind of tells us how popular and who bought. So at least it gives you a kind of a idea of what the fuck's going on.
It was just a bit shocking. I didn't think Linkin Park was quite to that level in Evanescence. And I was shocked by, the amount of some of the other bands that got on there. And it's just weird. It was a weird list. And it's like, it just goes to show how streaming's kind of changed things and how it classified itself out and how I'm so fucking old that I'm so old, man. It's like, I should have remembered how big a deal 1 million is. And some of these albums we talk about being the best albums of all time are nowhere near the top 50. That's kind of sad. It kind of sucks. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't stop rock and roll, but you can't stop progress either, man.
Yeah. All right, that was an eye opener. It was.
Yeah, it was different. I didn't like I said, I'm glad I didn't look at the list because it definitely surprised me as far as even hearing it.
All I can say is, who was the big winner today?
This is still the best band on the planet. However, my shirt is I get backwards. Ginger, baby, Ginger, still the best. Yeah, all right.
All right, Mikey, let's wrap it up for this week.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is Skeet.
I am Moss and Mikey.
See ya!
Peace out.